Well, good morning, everyone. It is 7:05. That means it is time for the On the Go post show with your Go Morning Show team. I'm Danielle Wiggins with Austin Love, Maureen Kyle, Holly Strano, and Jasmine Monroe. And of course, Dave is on the 5 p.m. show this week. So we miss you, Dave. But you can check him out with Betsy Kling at 5 for What's New. And what we're talking about pretty much today are, I know a number of you may be tired of hearing about the coronavirus and everything, but the cases are going up here in Northeast Ohio as well as Ohio. So as you know, Monday, Governor DeWine came and made a plea to us Ohioans so that we can avoid another economic shutdown. And many of you guys are chiming in on social media and everything. So first, let's start with that. And remember, you can always post in the comment section to let us know what you're thinking about potential shutdowns in Ohio because of our rising coronavirus cases. We are on Facebook and YouTube right now, but we start with Mo with the breakdown of the nuts and bolts of pretty much the governor's press conference yesterday and what he was saying.
The governor flew into Burke. He really wanted to get a message across because the numbers are going up, and he was saying pretty much why it's concerning now and you know what the difference is over the summer is that the age range is going up. So over the summer, hospitals were seeing a lot more of a younger age group testing positive for coronavirus, but now what we're seeing is it's inching older and older, which of course leads into a higher risk category. And the hospitalizations that they're seeing are among older adults. So that's the big concern here, especially with this spike. And so he was just pleading with everybody, just wear your masks, wear your masks, wear your masks. And hopefully those numbers go down. And he said he doesn't want to do another economic shutdown, but he's not ruling it out. And of course, as we've learned, when we have the shutdowns, that means schools too. So I don't know about everybody out there, but I have kids in school. My friends all have kids in school. So the second we start to see the numbers go up, everybody starts to panic of going, oh my gosh, what if the kids have to learn from home again? And it's not because we don't love our kids and we don't want them at home. It's because then that has an impact on pretty much everything we do, our jobs, our routines, trying to do the remote learning. I mean, a lot of families are still doing that while trying to work. So it's just, a trickle down effect. And so the governor is warning yesterday, he was hard and fast about it. And he's saying, this could be a rough 3 months. And it's a lot of stuff that we don't want to hear. The problem.
Especially because the holidays are coming up. We have Halloween, Thanksgiving, Christmas, and those gatherings could potentially increase our numbers as well. And I see you guys coming in and joining. Hello, Michelle. Good morning to you. Hello, Ken. Joining from Euclid. Again, let us know where you're watching from. And we love to hear from you because a number of you are sounding off about our cases going up. And as Maureen just mentioned, possibly schools shutting down or going to that full remote learning. So we posted this yesterday to our Facebook page and we had over 600 comments, guys, and it's continuing to increase. People passionate about this. So Knickers Leah, he says that she says that 100% remote is the safest option for our whole community because the hybrid, it reduces instruction. And then they believe that the 100% remote allows instruction 5 days a week. But then Dustin Taylor, he says that, hey, his daughter is on an IEP. And so an IEP is an individualized education program for children with special needs or a learning disability or all types of disabilities. And so they get accommodations for that in special education. So he says his child needs to be in school for that. And I have a child that's on an IEP too. And when our school district went from 5 days a week to hybrid, I mean, she really almost literally started crying because she said, I can't do the online learning. This is hard for me, mommy. And so it was hard to see, my daughter feeling this way. I don't know about you guys, Jasmine, I know, you have siblings that are in school and Austin as well. What are you guys hearing?
I wouldn't be, putting myself in a kid's shoes and, like your child's shoes, Danielle, I was talking about this with my mom, who's was an educator for, a number of years. I simply don't learn well online. I have to be in a class, and it was just more hands-on type of learning. I mean, if I had to take one in college, that was the only time I was ever forced to really take an online class. I had to put in so much effort and extra work to do it, because I simply just don't learn that way. So it's going to be hard to see the ripple effects that this has on a lot of kids. Of course, we want to keep them safe, and families safe, and teachers safe, and all the administration. But also, like, there's going to be ripple effects on this, like there are so many other things.
Yeah, Michelle, she says that she thinks that a shutdown is coming soon. Jasmine, go ahead. I interrupted you.
So my sister Kayla, it's her senior year, and I'm so proud of her, but she is not for, learning online, but she started her first day in school, but she's been learning online from the time being. The good news is, it's her senior year, so she doesn't have as many classes. She would have had a early out, is what they call it, in Pittsburgh. But it's just sad. She was in the homecoming court. They had to be separated. Only 2 parents were allowed to come. It's just like a whole different world that you don't want to have to deal with. And especially when you think about the numbers continuing to rise, how bad, because certain things didn't work, and I think they know that now. So what are the new things they're going to start implementing? So that's the things that I start thinking about. They know that kids can learn from home. Will that be our new norm? That's the scary part. So it's just a lot of things on the table, and just hoping that people, take in mind I heard yesterday, I was in the store, and they said, wearing a mask is such a political thing. And it's like, no, it's not. It's the safety of yourself and others. And if there wasn't an election going on, I feel like we wouldn't be saying this. And we would be taking heed to what medical teams are saying. But the fact that there's an election going on and people think it's a hoax, and, it's just really scary to know that we may not come out of this just because of what's happening.
Yeah, Michelle, she chimes in, and thank you for that, Jasmine. My son is in the 11th grade, and he started his first year at a vocational center. It's a hands-on class, but I'm worried that if they shut down the school, he will not leave pretty much with his degree on time. So it's a lot of different things. Shayla says she believes a shutdown is coming. And I think all of us can kind of feel this like sense of heaviness, like, oh no, like, can we move on to something else and not coronavirus? So as we turn directions here, because a number of us, all of you guys online too as well, we have to find a way to keep ourselves, in good spirits through this time, because it is a tough time that we're going through. And Austin, you had a great story this morning about someone in our community really taking the COVID-19. I know it's serious, but at least making a little light of it to make people's day.
Yeah, of course, making light of such a serious situation. And so if you're driving down Clifton Boulevard on your way into Cleveland, or out of Cleveland on your way to Lakewood, you'll see the huge 10-foot skeleton, and in the yard they'll have 3 or 4 different skeletons. They're all wearing masks, and then they have some different balls that look like COVID germs and everything like that. And all the skeletons are equipped with hand sanitizer and disinfecting sprays and toilet paper, and of course, just trying to. And it's really been so well received by both the community and also online. I think in just a little bit that this was posted on Twitter, it's gotten like 20,000 likes or retweets, and it was picked up by BuzzFeed. And so I have to meet these people. So went over there and interviewed them to see why exactly they want to do this, where they get the inspiration for. And really, this has been something that they've been doing for years and years now. Their names are Maria and Josh. And they have, like, Maria loves Halloween, and just talking to her about Halloween, she's like giddy when it comes to Halloween. So this is something that they do every year, and typically they throw a huge party where like they were like, if this isn't like a little get together, there's like 100 or 200 people that typically come. Of course, they're canceling that party this year. They were even thinking about canceling their Halloween decorations, but they've become such a main staple in the neighborhood of people being like, well, they look forward to their Halloween decorations, their Christmas decorations every year. So neighbors like, well, are you going to do anything? And they're like, well, I guess we can. And they saw the huge skeleton, and it all kind of went from there. Of course, we're going to have the whole story on our website, wkyc.com. But talking to neighbors that were walking by while I was shooting the story. And there were literally people stopping their cars in the middle of the road to take a picture of it. So people just, and they said the whole, why they do this is the best part about it is really putting a smile on people's face and bringing light to such a serious situation, what we're all dealing with right now. So 2020 Halloween decorations, you go check them out on Clifton Boulevard in Cleveland.
So Clifton Boulevard is in Cleveland, not Lakewood Park.
Cleveland, yep.
Cleveland, yep. Okay, so we got to check that out. Holly, really quickly, how do you keep your spirits up with this COVID-19 and all of us talking about coronavirus, a potential shutdown, going back to full remote learning? How do you keep your spirits up?
Laughter is probably, I mean, not to be cliche, but one of the best medicines. And Austin's story made me laugh. You know, we need to do that because we're all dealing with these same struggles with our kids being torn between, you know, online and it being difficult. And if they're at school, there's so much change and everything's different. You know, everything's different. The holiday season approaching and thinking that we can have gatherings. So I try to laugh as much as I can. And, you know, I always talk positivity. I do look at quotes are something for me that are very therapeutic. So I look at a lot of quotes and they bring me peace. I have books and books of quotes and they just bring me so much peace and sometimes reel me in a little bit. I have to just kind of remember, okay, we're here and we're going to get through this. And it's almost sometimes talking to yourself, you know, there's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah. And in a few weeks, we have Halloween and people were asking, you know, what are you doing for Halloween plans this year? Because a lot of times Halloween brings people joy, as in Austin's story. And Jen Hart, thank you for chiming in saying she'll be taking her kids trick or treating. This will not stop my kids from having fun, COVID-19. So yes, we're all in this together. We're going to get through this. Remember, you can continue to comment on all of our stories that we have on WKYC.com, as well as this Facebook Live, as well as YouTube. Thanks for joining us for this On The Go post show. Remember, we are here at 7:05 every weekday morning. Austin, myself, Holly, Maureen, Jasmine, and then Dave will join us again next week. Have a great Tuesday, everybody. Check out Holly and Maureen during the Today Show.
See ya.
Bye, guys.
Bye-bye.